Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today Juventus Atalanta, 6 p.m. Italian time, and I can't wait to do the pre-game and the watch-along 1 hour before on the YouTube channel, and then the post-game live here together with you, hopefully with a smile, because that means that we won. We'll speak about Juve Atalanta in today's video because the game is extremely important. It's a match point. You can see it from one side to the other. It is a match point. It is crucial for Juventus, for their ambition to qualify as soon as possible, as fast as possible to the next Champions League on 24-25. We'll speak about it in today's video, but before that, I need to speak about something else. Yesterday, you noticed I didn't record any video. I enjoyed my time with my family, but that doesn't mean that I didn't watch sport. I didn't watch football, but I watched sport, Formula 1, the day already before on Friday with the qualifying, and then yesterday, the race. Watch the first one, now it was the second one, probably because of the vibe of Hamilton joining Ferrari next season. I don't know. I didn't watch last season. This season I'm really watching. Let's see how long it will last, because I'm not the biggest fan of Ferrari. But while watching and the qualifiers and the race of yesterday, well, I couldn't stop thinking about football. I couldn't stop thinking about our Juve. With a big question, why are we always attracted by the unknown? Why are we always attracted by that young kid? I don't know. For people, to put it a bit into context, Sainz, that is the racer of Formula 1 together with Leclerc, well, Sainz had a surgery, appendix, he couldn't race, so yesterday or 2 days ago, they call up that young kid, 18 years old, Oliver Beerman, that is not competing with Formula 1, first time that he was driving a Ferrari, already with the qualifiers, and then where he finished 11th, and then yesterday the race from 11th, the start, he finished 7th, which is a really beautiful result for a young kid, went into points for his team, so beautiful, beautiful fairy tale. But when watching the qualifier, I never heard in my life about Oliver Beerman. When watching the qualifier, I was cheering for him. I was hoping that he would do well, of course, because he's from Ferrari, but also because it's the unknown, the kid. You really want him to do well, to perform, to do that fantastic, beautiful fairy tale. I don't know if the kid is a nice guy. I don't know about his past performances. I don't know anything about him, but I was, in a way, supporting for him. And I'm a big fan of Charles Leclerc. Well, yesterday and the day before qualifiers and the race, I was totally not caring at all about him. Maybe because Red Bull with Max Verstappen and Perez, they were already first. Maybe because I know that he was only fighting for the third spot. Once the third spot was quite secured, well, I didn't even care about it. I was watching that young kid. And it's a really strange phenomenon that the papers are not helping. Look at Gazzetta dello Sport. Beerman, 7th. He's only 18. He's already worth Ferrari. The fairy tale of Oli on the next page. The other page, Ferrari, you have a prodigy. Max Verstappen is the alien, as always. Leclerc is on the podium, but the real revelation is Oliver Beerman, with a lot of beautiful words. Not only Gazzetta dello Sport, it's the entire world of Formula 1 that is speaking about him, putting him there. Now, what will happen from the next race? He will go back in Formula 2. He will go back there. Sainz will compete until the end of the season. Charles Leclerc will compete until the end of the season. Next season, when Sainz will go away, there will be Hamilton there together with Leclerc. So Beerman, when will we see him back? We don't know. But anyway, we are now all curious. With Gazzetta dello Sport, you are already worth Ferrari. We are speaking about Ferrari. That it's true in the last years was not the winners of the Formula 1, but we are still speaking about a huge, big Ferrari, a big team, a big name, historical name. When you are thinking about Formula 1, you are thinking about Ferrari, not Ferrara. Ferrari is someone else. Wait, it's strange. It's really strange that we have that affection. And why am I linking it to you? Of course, speaking about Bearman Yildiz. About Bearman Yildiz, also him, 2005, also him, 18 years old. That in the beginning of the season, where we didn't even watch him, the few minutes with Udinese, we were already all excited to see him. Before him, in the month of January, doing extremely well, we were already waiting for him. We got impatience. We wanted him to do. We were even questioning, but Chiesa not playing at his best. Is it not time to play Bearman? Why can't we play already with a 3 men up front. And I can guarantee you there are some people that were following the next gen where he didn't even play that much, but also the under 19. There were some people that didn't know. They were just attracted by the unknown. Where in January he's really starting, he's doing extremely well, and then first pages, big pages, phenomenal, the new Del Piero, the tongue, the celebrations, fantastic. Let Chiesa, for example, go away, cash in there immediately, and he's the new star. He can become, and he is the number 10 of the future of Juve, etc., etc., etc. It's crazy. It's really crazy how we are as human beings, and I'm speaking about myself in first place, watching these unknown person, and we want them to do well. Even if we don't know them, even if we never watch a single minute of them, well, we are attracted. It's really crazy. I need to understand that phenomenon that I don't understand. Then the pages are not always healthy. I told you, the young kid of Ferrari, he will go back. He will go back. How will he perform with all that media coverage now? How will he perform there? Knowing that probably he has not that many space or chances to compete again for Ferrari this season and the season after. It's strange. It's difficult for any kid. And probably that's also the difficulty that Bearman Yildiz had in the month of February. After finishing on all the pages, after finishing here on the channel with pictures with the number 10, the debates, the questions, Bearman Yildiz from the start, why didn't he play against Empoli, etc., etc. Well, probably also him had the same mental down as a lot of young kids had in their past, in their career. We finish there, we are the top of the world, and then from the day after, we have some difficulties to prove us again, because we always want to do more, we always want to impress, and not always it is successful. Why am I introducing that in 6 minutes of video? Because yesterday in press conference, Max Allegri was speaking about it, about the question, Bearman Yildiz, and he said, look, don't forget, he's extremely young, don't forget about that. He has been there on the front pages, and then he dropped a bit. But he trained again well. That moment of drop was necessary, was important for him, and he trained again in a fantastic way. Will he play as a starter today? Normally no. We'll go towards the starting lineup in a second. But just to explain you that sometimes we need a bit of balance when judging them. Not immediately hero, not immediately zero the day after. A bit of patience, and that these up and down are normal for kids. And it's not only at Juve, but look at Corriere dello Sport. Shocking offer from Paris Saint-Germain for Yamal, the one of Barcelona. 200 million offer, where Barcelona said no. The guy is 16. He scored a fantastic goal this week, and hopefully he can replicate it against Napoli in Champions League. 200 million. How do you want that these 16, 17, 18 years old kid, they keep stability in their mind? It's tough. It's really a topic that in the future I want to go towards a bit more, especially because speaking about future, well, yesterday Max Allegri spoke about future. He said Juventus have a really beautiful future ahead. We will be big. And a lot of players like Miretti, Yildiz, but even a 24 years old Vlahovic, etc., etc., Fagioli, they all have a beautiful future ahead. The players that we see today in 2, 3, 4 years will be total different players. And I totally agree with him. Experience, maturity, failing, succeeding, taking it in your bag, and then becoming a total different player when you are reaching maturity. Now, on the other side, the question is, okay, fine, great, and probably you're correct, but Juventus can't wait 2 years, 3 years, 4 years before competing again. If that's the message, it's a message that we Juventini, we don't like to hear. Why are we speaking about 2, 3, 4 years? Because we already come from 3 years with Max, including this season, that is not fantastic. The year with Pirlo, we already lost the Scudetto, so we are speaking about already a long time. And in a total, if we are speaking about 6, 7 years, it's too long. And what will it depend to accelerate it, to have again a competitive Juventus as soon as possible? I already told you, and today we see it on the first page of Gazzetta of Tuttosport, with 170 million to become back Juventus. And what are they referring to? The 170 million qualification to the Champions League as soon as possible. World Cup for clubs, and also depending on De Laurentiis. You know it. He wants to start a legal action, but that's another story. And then a new sponsor, because we know it, Jeep will not be there anymore. What is the new target for Juve? It's the one of having a sponsor that can bring you 40 million euro. Could be a good one. This, plus the Champions League, plus the Club World Cup, would be important for Juve to accelerate. Not always that money solve all your problems. Look at Manchester United. Look at so many clubs that have a lot of money and are not able to do it. But with the Cristiano Giuntoli that is already working on A, B, C list, well, that can accelerate and not obliging Juventini to wait 2, 3, 4 years. Now, I watched the game Napoli-Torino on Friday, and I have to say that watching that game, I was even more pissed off that we were not able to beat Napoli, because it was a Napoli that was really easy to beat, and we failed so much that it made me so angry. They did 1-1, putting them out at the moment of that Champions League run. If you are looking at the ranking of Serie A, yesterday Inter won 1-0. They actually put Bologna still at 51. They're at -6 of Juve. If we win today, we go at +9 over Bologna. Milan, we will discover it because they play at 3 p.m. So we will already be aware of their result. They are playing against Empoli if we know if they are ahead of Juve or not before playing against Atalanta. Roma is in an extremely beautiful moment with 47 points. They can reach 50, so pay attention. If we lose today, they go at -7, something that was impossible a few weeks before. But today, it's a really important game against Atalanta. It's a, how can we say it, a ticket for Europe. Because you are nearly eliminating Atalanta. Winning today, you put them at -14. And that's extremely important today. I don't know how to play against Atalanta. I know that they have an incredible, strong offensive pressing. I watched the game Sporting Atalanta. They did 1-1, but that result is not really the reality of what I watched in the game. I saw an Atalanta that was losing 1-0. They didn't give up. They gave everything, their energy. They have a huge bench. They have so many players that they can rotate. They have so many energies. They played not on Thursday in Europa League, but on Wednesday. Guys, Atalanta will be tough, so I don't know how you will be able to beat believe me, a really strong and informed Atalanta, but we have to do it. So I would sign today for a dirty 1-0 win of Juve, because you put them at -14 and you are actually telling them out of Champions League run. We secure our Champions League already today. Then it will depend on Juve, because Juve, if we are looking at the 6 first team of Serie A, Juventus will play against Atalanta today. We still have to play against Milan in our home. We have to play against Roma in l'Olimpico. And then at the last day of Serie A, no, the day before, match day 37, we play against Bologna. Hopefully, at that time, we already qualified, and that game is not that much important. So Juventus will have their destiny in their hands, but it only depends on ourselves, on nobody else, How we'll try to beat Atalanta today with the men at least. Szczesny into the goal. Danilo again on the left with Bremer and Gatti on the right, so 3-man defense. Cambiaso still on the right side, because McKennie, even if not at 100%, he will be there. He will play in his role of a mezzala. Locatelli as regista, Miretti for the second game against starter. And Ealing Jr., according to the last rumors of this morning, should have won that race over Kostic. If I recorded this video at 7 a.m., I would have told you, Kostic is slightly over Ealing Jr. Today, recording it at 9:30 a.m., I tell you that Ealing Jr. is ahead. So that's the only doubt that they have. But Ealing Jr. could possibly play against Atalanta up front, Chiesa and Milik. And we are expecting a lot from Arkadiusz Milik. But seriously, a lot from Arkadiusz Milik. Because this season, even if he never really played as a starter, when he did drama against Empoli, but we didn't see the Milik from last season. So a lot is expected from him. I tell you one thing that I'm not sure about. Milik-Chiesa, I am not 100% convinced of that duo, that tandem, that they are made actually to play together. So that's a big question mark I have. A lot will depend on how physical strong McKennie is to play that game. So I have a lot of question mark in what can be a game that is nearly in or out, or you bring back Atalanta in the Champions League and you lose even possibly that second position today. You put Roma back, or you can take some gaps. So pay attention. The last thing that I wanted to speak was about Nonje, and then we close the video, where I told you immediately, I believe in the post-game live, immediately, I told you that sub of Nonje, I would not have done it. So I not 100% agree. But if I'm thinking about footballistic terms, why is it? Is when you lose 2-1, you put Danilo and Milik for a simple reason. Because you're hoping, like actually we had an attempt with Rugani, you're hoping that you are able to fill the box of the opponents, Napoli in that case, and with a header, with some presence in the box, you can have or Danilo or Milik that are stronger than Nonje there to finish and to equalize that game. Did I agree with that change? No, but I can understand it. And yesterday, Max Allegri, he explained it really transparently. I said, I didn't punish him. How can the world perceive it? That I don't know. But he said, I didn't punish Nonje. It was not because, it was just because of tactical choice, hoping in a draw with our players like Milik and Danilo giving us the 2-2 with a header, with a shot, with a last minute equalizer. And I hope that this one has been cleared. So on that one, I was happy. Not for the kid that he was subbed out, not for the result because at the end we lost, but at least that, you know, the explanation I had in mind was the correct one. Or maybe Max Allegri watched my video, he said, oh, that's a really good explanation, I will tell that in press conference. I don't know. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. We see each other here in the post-game live. Grazie, forza, Juve. Ciao.